In this video, I'm going to cover how to solve various exponential functions as well as a logarithmic equation. We could see in this problem that we have an exponential function with a base that is e. In this case, since we're trying to solve for x, we need to get rid of that e. And the one thing that gets rid of e is taking natural logarithm. So we're going to take natural logarithm, which is ln, of both sides of the equation, and these essentially just cancel each other out, so we get 2x on the left equals natural logarithm of 5. To get x alone, which is what we're solving for, we divide both sides by 2, and that's our exact answer. Now, if they wanted us to find a rounded value, say rounded to a certain place value, then we would plug it into our calculator and round it. For instance, if they wanted us to round it to the nearest hundredths, then we would plug natural log 5 into our calculator divided by 2, and we get approximately 0.8047. So because the next digit's a 4, we would just round here if we were rounding to nearest hundredths. But a lot of times they want the exact answer, so that's exact, and this one is rounded to nearest hundredths. This question is an exponential equation that we need to solve. That means that x is in the exponent level. When you see problems like this where the base on the left is a number 4 and the base on the right is a number 32, you want to check to see if they can be rewritten at a lower base that is the same base. If you go down a base from 2 squared is 4, that 2 in the exponent gets multiplied by the exponent that was originally there, and 32 is 2 to the 5th. There's a one-to-one property that says that if we have an equation and the bases are the same number, then that means the exponents are also equal. So we can basically kind of think of it as canceling these and setting the exponents equal, and then we can solve the problem from there. Distribute the 2x plus 2 equals 5, subtract 2 from both sides, 2x equals 3, and then divide both sides by 2. So x is 3 halves. You could actually plug that into a calculator. 4 to the power of 3 halves plus 1. Make sure you do the 3 halves plus 1 in parentheses so it adds those first, and then it should work out to be 32. This next problem is an exponential equation. We should notice that the bases of the exponents, the 9 and 27, can both be changed to base 3. First, I'll write 9 as 3 squared, and that 2 will get multiplied in the exponent by x plus 1. Then I'll write 27 as 3 cubed, and that will get multiplied in the exponent by the 3x. We can then use the property that states that if the bases of the exponents are the same and they are equal to one another, that means their exponents are equal. In essence, we can cancel out the 3 bases. We'll set the exponents equal to each other to solve the problem. Distributing the 2, we get 2x plus 2 equals, and the right side is 3 times 3x, which is 9x. We can then move the x terms all to one side by subtracting 2x, and 2 equals 7x. Dividing both sides by 7, we get the final answer, which is x equals 2/7. It's best to always check your answers. We can substitute x equals 2/7 into the equation to check this. 9 to the power 2/7 plus 1 is approximately equal to 16.86 in a calculator. Now let's try 27 to the 3 times 2/7 by substituting 2/7 into the exponent here. This is also equal to 16.86 approximately in a calculator, so we know our answer is correct. This problem is in the form of a polynomial with e as the base rather than an x. Oftentimes we use what's called a u substitution for these problems, where we set u equal to e to the x, and if we were to square that, we get u squared equals e to the 2 times x, which is e to the 2x. This is what allows us to substitute u squared for the first term and u for the middle term being multiplied by the -3. At this point, we can factor this polynomial. U times u is u squared, and -2 times -1 equals +2 and adds up to -3. Setting both of these equations equal to 0, we can solve for u. U equals 2 and u equals 1. At this point, we want to change u back to what it equals, which was e to the x. Now keep in mind, we're trying to solve this problem for x, not e to the x. This is when natural logarithms come in handy, is when you have an e to a certain power. If we do natural log of both of these equations on both sides, essentially the natural log and e cancel. This x gets brought down in front, so we just basically get x times 1, which is x, equals natural log 2, as well as x equals natural log 1. However, the natural log of 1 can be simplified further, as that equals 0. So our two answers here are natural log 2 and 0. This problem involves a logarithmic equation. When there is a log on just one side of the equation, we often want to rewrite the logarithm into exponential form. We can do this by taking the base of 3 to the exponent 2 and setting it equal to the argument, which is x minus 4. This makes for an easy problem to solve. 3 squared is 9, and adding 4 to both sides, we get x equals 13. We could always check this to see if it works. Log base 3 of 13 minus 4, we're checking to see if that equals 2. 13 minus 4 is of course 9, and 9 could be written as 3 squared, which is one way to see that these are equivalent. Log means what is the exponent on base 3 of 3 squared, and that exponent is 2. Since 2 equals 2, this answer checks. I encourage you to try all these problems again and see if you can verify them on your own. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe for more math tips.